Hello and welcome to autoX. My name is Karan Mathur. Now, Mini India has launched two new vehicles in the country. The first is the all-new, all-electric Mini Countryman. This carries a price tag of 54.9 lakh rupees. And the second is the 2024 Mini Cooper S facelift. Now, that has been launched at a starting price of 44.9 lakh rupees. Let's start with the all-electric Mini Countryman first. And overall, the first thing that you'll notice that it has grown in size, and that is in the length and in height. Now, overall, it gets a pretty sharper and more contemporary look than the outgoing model, and that is pretty evident in the front end. Here you get the trapezoidal look, but again, the grille looks much sharper. This obviously has been closed off because this is an electric vehicle. At the side, even the DRL signatures, the borders are now sharper, and if you see this in your rear view mirror, it will look intimidating. Now, you get total of 9 color options to choose from. This one is called melting grey, and then you have 2 trim levels to choose from. One is called classic, the other is called favorful. Now, with that, the 2 trims, you get 2 alloy wheels options to choose from. As you can see, here you get the 19-inch alloy wheels, but the classic gets 17-inch alloy wheels. Then the side profile is also sleeker. It looks pretty good, and as you can see, even the length is accentuated in its design. Now, if you follow me to the back, here too, it has grown larger in size, and that will be more evident inside. In fact, the size which has grown overall, that is felt inside, and I'll show you that in just a minute. Here you can see you get a pretty nice looking crisscross pattern for the LED tail lights. Overall, the tail section is more bulbous, it's protruding, and it's really in your face. I think I really like this design over the outgoing model, and with that, let's step inside because we have a lot to talk about inside too. Now, inside the all-electric Mini Countryman, you get a design which is kind of similar to the Mini Cooper S, but it has been designed differently for the needs of families. Now, you do get a funky dashboard design, and alongside you do get a pretty funky steering wheel design as well. This is nice to hold, it's chunky and feels really good in your hands. Then you get a 9.5-inch integrated system which houses the infotainment system and the instrument console, and this is an OLED unit, so basically the graphics are extremely sharp and crisp, and it'll be a really pleasurable device to use. Then of course, other highlights include heads-up display, you get wireless charging, you get a Harman Kardon surround sound system, and if I talk about space, as I said, the height and the length has been increased in the new Countryman, and that has translated inside as well. I have lots of headroom, shoulder room, and basically a lot of space for the passengers at the front. The seats have also been redesigned, and now they're made from a material which is leather-free but kind of leather-like. They're large, they're accommodating, and will hold you in place really, really well. Then of course, the door pad, the controls for the drive mode, the start-stop system, the transmission gear selector, all of them have been done in a very mini style fashion, and they look pretty good. Then let's move to the back because I want to show you it gets lots of room and it is a proper family vehicle. Now sit in the back and you get a lot more space than you originally anticipate. Now the length has grown by 13 centimeters, and where I feel that's more evident is in the knee room that I get. You also get a lot of headroom, and I'm quite comfortable in this area of the vehicle. The seats are pretty accommodating as well. They hold you in place well, and it too is made of the same material which you get in the front called Vacine. Now, you do get some amount of creature comforts as well, which includes Type-C charging ports, 2 of them. You get AC vents, you get large cup holders, and overall, while it may not be the most luxurious place around, it is large, it's accommodating, and it will be perfect for a Mini owner who wants to take the family around for adventures. So let's move outside and let me tell you about the powertrain that this has to offer. Then we come to the powertrain, and it gets a motor which develops 204 bhp and 250 Nm of peak torque. The battery capacity is 66.45 kWh. Now it can do 0 to 100 in 8.6 seconds. It gets a total range of 462 kilometers, and Mini says it gives you a 22 kilowatt AC charger which can charge from 0 to 100% in just 3 hours 45 minutes, and I think that's pretty good. And with the range it offers, I think it will be a really good family hauler and a long distance family hauler at that. So with that, let me sum up my thoughts on this vehicle. So overall, the all-new, all-electric Mini Countryman, now it's grown in style, it's grown in size, and with the all-electric powertrain, I think it has a much better use case scenario for the entire family. Now, let's move on to the facelifted Mini Cooper S, and I think the enthusiasts will get a kick out of this one. We finally come to the 2024 Mini Cooper S facelift. Now let me remind you, this has been launched at a starting price of 44.9 lakh, and overall let's start with the styling because it has the same great silhouette that we saw with the earlier Mini Coopers, but they've sharpened up the styling. At the front end, the grille design, that's been sharpened up, and the biggest highlight is this. The DRL signature has been updated, and now you get 3 signature DRL options which you can choose from, which is the Classic, the Faithful and JCW. Now, depending on the trim you choose, you can also choose which alloy wheel options you want. Now, if I can show you, you get 17 and 18-inch alloy wheels to choose from. This one, yes, the 17s, and as you can see, even the 17-inch alloy wheels do not look small in this car. It looks pretty neat and it looks pretty proportionate, if I might add. But the biggest change which you see in the design aspect is at the rear, because the Mini Cooper S now definitely has come into the modern generation. The overall design elements have been sharpened up, and it's really evident in the middle part of this car. You say, of course, get the same Union Jack livery with the LED tail lights, and overall I think the contemporary backside, the sharp front and the proportionate stance, all of it go into the making of a really good looking vehicle, and the Mini Cooper S has always been that. Now let's step inside, because here too you get modern and contemporary styling, and the biggest change is this, the OLED 9.5-inch integrated system which houses the infotainment system and the instrument console. Then you get the funky dashboard, you get a funky steering wheel design, and of course, in typical Mini fashion, you get some pretty funky controls as well, which includes for the drive modes, the start-stop selector and the transmission gear lever as well. Then, of course, if you look at the seats, here you get the fabric seat option, but in the top-end version, you get the seats made from Messine. It is a leather-free product, but has leather-like qualities. Then, of course, you do get wireless charger, you get a heads-up display, you get large cup holders, then you get a lot of storage spaces as well. But the seats at the back, well, those have a different story to tell. Then other highlights include a Harman Kardon surround sound system. You also get a fisheye camera to capture fun moments with your family and friends. And then if you choose the top-end variant, you get sports seats with electric adjustability. This, the one with the fabric seats in the classic trim, that has manual adjustability. In the top end, you get electric adjustability, and those are also made of sustainable materials. Now, as you guys saw, the space at the front was pretty well optimized, but that doesn't seem to be the case at the back. If I put this back in my normal driving position, I get no knee room, I get no leg room, and if my cameraman can come close, there's no light as well. So, well, you can't see it at best, but it's pretty tight in space. I do have the headroom, I do have the shoulder room. Then this is a place which is best left for children and adults of shorter height. Of course, there are no creature comforts as well. There's no charging ports. You get one cup holder, and only thing you do get are the rear speakers. So again, the front seats are really well optimized for space. The back, not so much. This is still pretty much a two-door vehicle for enthusiasts and maybe for weekend use. And the weekend use is of prime importance, because let me tell you about the powertrain. This is the exciting part, because it gets a familiar but feisty 2-litre turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. Here it makes 204 bhp, 300 Nm of peak torque, and it can do 0 to 100 in 6.6 seconds and has a top speed of 242 km per hour. Now, we've driven Mini Coopers in the past, and they're really good to drive. They're fast, they're fun to handle, and I have no doubt this will be of similar stature. So with that, let me sum up my thoughts of this, the 2024 Mini Cooper S facelift. So finally, we come to the end of this video. Let me sum up the prices. The all-new, all-electric Countryman, that's been launched at a starting price of 54.9 lakh rupees. The facelifted 2024 Cooper S, that's been launched at a price of 44.9 lakh rupees. The Countryman now gets more styling, it gets a larger size, it gets a brand new powertrain, which will be more in line with the use case scenario for families. And then the Mini Cooper S. This is probably the last line of defense for enthusiastic vehicles in the country. It still gets that old school flavor. It gets a feisty 2-liter turbo, which we can't wait to drive, and overall, I can't wait to drive this car. So with that, tell me in the comment section down below, which one of these two vehicles would you choose? My name is Karan Mathur. Thank you for watching.